Good morning, Dubai. Welcome back to the Lovin Dubai show. Our top story today, the UAE has announced 50% off for unpaid COVID fines.
We'll also be talking about free meals for delivery drivers throughout the holy month of Ramadan.
A plane landed on the Burj Al Arab helipad last night without a runway.
And a huge congratulations are in order for Lindsay Lohan, who is expecting a baby.
So exciting! And then later on in the show, we're going back to MS Talks 2.0, Let's Discuss Facts, a series brought to you by Novartis. And today we're discussing chasing a cure for multiple sclerosis using stem cells. But before we get into all of that, quick question for you and a very quick question. Pour toi.
Moi?
Yeah, oui.
Pourquoi?
Pourquoi? Parce que a lot of people come to Dubai. We have a lot of new people watching the show every single day. We appreciate you. We love you. And whether or not you've been living in Dubai for 1 year, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, or your whole life, everyone has a different idea of what makes Dubai great, what makes Dubai beautiful, and where they would like to live. So the question to you on this morning.
Yes.
If money was no object, where in Dubai would you like to live?
Ooh, if money was no object.
Money was no object.
At all.
Flash in the cash. You're like, hey, real estate guys, I have a lot of money to burn for one night only. No, for actual live. It's not a hotel. It's so therefore we need reasons to back it up as well.
Okay.
If money was no object.
Okay, so I have 3 locations in mind. Do I have to just like cut it down to one? I'm just gonna say all 3. So one will be a downtown penthouse. One has to be a Blue Waters Island penthouse, and one has to be a nice, luxurious villa on the Palm. Now, maybe I would go for the Blue Waters penthouse only because of like beach access, which Blue Waters has.
Which Palm has also. Downtown penthouse, by the way, do you want to look at the Burj Khalifa or do you want to be inside the Burj Khalifa?
No, not. I want to look at the Burj Khalifa.
Yeah.
What about you? Tell me about you.
Someone's saying downtown, someone's saying the Palm, someone's saying Dubai is overrated.
Who said that? Who said that?
Disagree. Okay. 2 places. Main one, actually, let's just go for number 1, where I would like to live 100% without a shadow of a doubt on Kite Beach.
Next to High Joint, you genius!
next
and
to
Salt.
And Salt. And, you know, there's some like unreal modern villas just sitting there. Like just on the street, as though they're just normal houses. But when you really look at them, you're like, there's a lot of money that's gone into that house.
Oh, yes.
And they're right in front of the public beach space. That's basically yours. It's not always that busy. And then you have a running track, you have the sunset, you have the Burj Al Arab, and then you have so much great food stuff. It would just be like, it's like Miami, but better.
I want to be your neighbor. I change where I want to stay. I'm staying right next to you on Kite Beach because you said they have a whole bunch of villas just there, just sitting there.
No, that's why I asked you first.
No.
That's why I asked
I'm
you
changing
first.
it. I'm changing it.
You're going to a penthouse in Blue Waters. That's really cool. It's very modern.
I'm staying right next to you on Kite Beach. We're going to be neighbors.
Second choice, Al Barari. Only because the villas are insane.
When I get married, you can have like my bachelorette party.
Yeah, I'll host it.
Yeah,
and then you'll go
right
home
next to each other.
You'll go home to your house, which is at least 5 kilometers distance from mine. Any other? Where would you like to live? I think Al Barari.
I was thinking that it definitely would be a popular one.
But I love the penthouse idea too. Like floor to ceiling windows, 3 floors, why not? Table tennis table, big screen TV, gym in your apartment. I don't know if these are things, but
a duplex penthouse.
A triplex, let's dream big. And then you're looking at the Burj, you have an outdoor. Do you ever look at skyrise buildings and you see really high up, someone's got like trees on your balcony and you're thinking they know how to live. They have a garden on their balcony that's really high up. Like, that's going to be awesome.
I've never seen that. I've never looked that high up to see a garden in the balcony.
You're always just looking at like the greenery that people have on their balconies. I'm like,
that's beautiful.
They're mature people.
But I feel
their trees are mature. They're mature because they can keep plants alive. It's just, that's living.
That's so true. If you can keep plants alive, you're doing a lot of things right in your life. But I feel like Al Barari is such a good idea, like farm, nature, animals,
big villa,
good food options. Yeah, big villa. Okay, I want to do Al Barari now.
If you're just joining the show, we were asking if money was no object, where would you like to live in Dubai? And we got Blue Waters, we got downtown, we got a lot of people saying the Palm and
The Palm.
The Palm.
But should we give a quick shout out to everyone watching?
Sure.
Okay, I'll give the names, you give the shout outs.
No, Simran, I'm going to give the names, you're going to give the shout outs.
Yeah,
I'm going to say hi to Misty for Strain, who always joins in, and she said, or he said the Palm.
Misty for rain?
Misty for Strain.
Misty for strain. Good morning. Hearts
Can
to
you explain your name, please, Misty for Strain? Is this like a weather-related Instagram handle, or it must be Misty Rain? I think it's quite.
Okay, I'm going to give the names. You go to Amu Yum Yum says, good morning, guys.
Amu Yum Yum, you know what you're making me think of with your name? Simran, right before the show, showed us the nicest cheese maniquiche she's ever had in Dubai. Oh my days.
Oh my God.
It's down in Satwa. It was like cheesy and garlic and everything, and your name reminded me of that, and now I'm hungry.
So good, from Al Mala, the cheesiest, yummiest maniquiche. Okay, Ashwini just joined.
Ashwini, good morning to you. Thank you so much for joining in. We appreciate you every single morning. We would love to see you say hi back to us so we know that you're here with us. Someone's saying our voice is coming in low. That must be an
McGinney says, love your show.
Love your show.
McGinney.
Should we start the show?
Nah, why not?
Before we start the show, let's have a quick check if our Instagram mics are working. That's all right. Let's jump into our top show. The UAE our top story. The UAE has announced 50% off on unpaid COVID fines. So although it's been forever and a day, thankfully, since we've been wearing masks, since we've been applying hand sanitizer like it was running out of business, like it was perfume, and we've been wearing gloves, getting our groceries when it wasn't cold, but people are still talking about the unprecedented times of COVID-19.
So the number of rules in the UAE residents had to follow was a lot, and there were rules about how many people could sit in a car, stand in an elevator, can go outside to a shop and more, and masks were just the worst. And wearing them during the summer months was unbearable, and the PCR tests that Abu Dhabi residents had to endure every week or so. Basically, it was a tough period, and no one was wishing to relive it, or no one is wishing for it right now.
So to make sure that we ended the COVID-19 difficult time at a quicker pace, there was rules introduced, and there was fines for those rules. So people who were violating the COVID-19 guidelines, they were handed fines in a bid to encourage people to clear up their dues, and SEMA has now made an announcement. So if you have an unpaid COVID fine, the UAE announced a 50% discount on those penalties. The discount will start from March 15th, and it will last for 2 months only. Any unpaid violations committed during the pandemic can now be paid 50% off. The authority has urged the public to pay via the official website and smart app of the Ministry of Interiors, and those also of local police.
And this is such a brilliant piece of information to wake up to this morning, because it starts from today, and 50% off all the COVID-19 violations. That means like if you got a 3,000 dirham fine for not wearing your mask properly in a mall or in public spaces, now you have 50% off that. And I mean, it is such a relief for so many residents who have had this, like imposed upon them. So thank God for them. Yeah,
it's amazing, because I think sometimes when you have these fines and you're just aware that they're sitting there, I don't know if you've ever had big bills and you're thinking, I need to pay that. So now it's here, it's 2 months that it's going to last. Our massive condolences to anyone who paid their fines the day before, which someone actually messaged us saying they paid a 5,000 dirham fine the day before this was announced. However, to everyone else who hasn't paid your fines, you can get a nice 50% discount. So we would urge you to go and pay them, because after this amnesty is gone, a 50% amnesty, then it's going to be right back up to that original price. So do get out and pay them ASAP, and just make sure you're doing it via the official channels.
Exactly, and spread the word to your friends and family and anyone who you know has been fined during COVID times for not following or violating COVID precautions. Our next story is a restaurant in Dubai is giving out free meals to delivery drivers throughout the month of Ramadan. So be it rain or shine, our delivery heroes ensure that the city is fed and taken care of. And as a token of their appreciation, Chaiwala of London, a restaurant located in Dubai Hills Mall, is giving back to those who put their lives at risk every day to ensure we get our food on time by offering these delivery captains free meals during the month of Ramadan. So more than 15,000 delivery drivers work up to 18 hours a day, and it's a very, very tough job. And during Ramadan, it's even harder for them to keep up with the demand. They often miss their iftars due to ample deliveries.
Hence, Chaiwala will be handing out free Ramadan meals every single Friday during Ramadan from 6 p.m. to 12 a.m., giving drivers enough time to break their fast after a long day of work. Delivery drivers will be required to present their proof of occupation or a valid ID at the counter to claim their meal.
So major kudos to Chaiwala for undertaking this initiative and of course rekindling compassion and mercy in the community and making the lives of these drivers just, a little bit more easier during this month. And I'm sure so many more restaurants and entities will come out with initiatives like this. We see this happening closer to Ramadan and during Ramadan, and a lot of organizations come together and just, organize these charity drives, organize food drives. So we're going to have so many more stories like this coming towards you. As we step into the month.
As we step into the month of giving.
Yeah, month of giving.
It is an amazing time, and what we love throughout the holy month is just seeing the spirit of community, whether it's local businesses doing their bit or people just asking, how can we help? How can we donate our time? How can we donate money? And we're actually going to put together a list of like all of the regulated initiatives where you can donate your time and money throughout the holy month, because we just see it's such a spirit of giving and it's amazing. So that will come to you. But let's jump into our next story. This went viral yesterday. Hundreds of thousands of people of you have watched this plane land on the Burj Al Arab helipad without a runway. So what did we just watch? So first of all, you might think, it's just a plane landing, right?
Yeah.
However, think about it. There's no runway, right? So a world record has been set by Polish pilot Luke Sepelia, who becomes the first person to land a plane on a helipad. Not only did he land it on a helipad, he landed it on the top of the Burj Al Arab minus a runway. So Dubai has hosted yet another world record-breaking feat as he makes history with a bullseye landing of a plane on the iconic helipad.
How cool is that? And to complete this mission to land on the helipad that's 27 meters in diameter, he completed over 650 practice landings before the attempt on top of the 56-story hotel.
So let's just go over that. He had 27 meters to land this plane. Think about when you're landing a plane. When you're on a plane.
Think about when you're landing a plane. Oh, just last week.
Think about when you're on a plane and the runway, like how much time they have. He had 27 meters. He was flying at a speed of 43 kilometers per hour. And it took him 3 attempts. Could you imagine the heart and the drama that went into that? It took him 3 attempts. And of course, added to the challenge is that he's at a height of 212 meters, top of Burj Al Arab with cameras at all angles. But he did it. It looks amazing. And I saw a little interview with the pilot. He said it's the first of more to come. Dubai Media Office shared the story, and it's just very cool.
I mean, regardless, right? Take everything away. First of all, the Burj Al Arab helipad is so cool. Right, anytime I think as a spectator you see a helicopter, anything land there, you're just like so mesmerized and your eyes are just there. You stop everything and you're just looking at the landing. And now to see this specific stunt without the runway and just, I don't know, like we love these kind of stunts.
People were sharing videos of the stunts yesterday and we didn't fully know what was going on. So now we have like the lowdown on it. But so true. It's one of those things where it's so cool. We've seen tennis players up there. We've seen race car stunts up there over the years. But actually, can you imagine actually being up there? I don't think I would be that brave. Like, I wouldn't be playing tennis, and if my ball was, went over the side, I would need a netting all around. And also, we haven't shared it yet, but there was a proposal.
Oh my God.
On the Burj Al Arab. Yes, in the last couple of weeks, I saw the video yesterday.
Is he single?
I'm guessing no. After that proposal. A proposal on the Burj Al Arab. So first you have stunts, then you have love. How cute. I'm assuming it was a big fat yes.
I'm sure. Even if it was a no, it would be a yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
The identities of the people have not been revealed, but we've just seen the footage. And not only, it wasn't just like you go up and you put a dinner table. This is the Burj Al Arab helipad we're talking about. So they went all out with lights, with music,
wow.
With it was a massive, display of red, everything. It was just phenomenal.
That's amazing. Yeah, how else would you do it in Dubai? Like, there's just no other way. There's just no other way. But imagine
There's
playing
no
tennis.
other way.
Honestly, but imagine
other
playing
way.
a sport up there. How? It's like, like I got it, and then you don't got it.
You need to be a sure-footed human to attempt that. So Simran and I will stay firmly on the ground and look up and watch and marvel at everyone else talented. But let's jump into our next story. We have some very exciting news for you all today.
So Lindsay Lohan is expecting a baby. Oh, babies. So Lindsay Lohan is going to be a mom, and the actress and her Kuwaiti husband Badr Shamas are expecting their first baby together, and they're literally over the moon about it. And Lindsay shared the news on her Instagram page with a cute picture of a white baby grow, like like a white baby top dress, a onesie that read "coming soon." And the 36-year-old star and Shamas tied the knot last year after getting engaged in 2021, and they've been together since 2019 and currently reside in Dubai, where Shamas works in finance.
Lots of famous faces have already sent their well wishes and greetings to the happy couple, including none other than Karen Wazan and Amanda Seyfried. We cannot wait to see what the future holds for Lindsay and her growing family. She's already given us a glimpse of married life on her podcast, The Lowdown with Lindsay Lohan. She's revealed that Middle Eastern dishes cooked by Shamas' family are her happy place foods, and yeah, we get it. And now moving to Dubai taught her to prioritize herself.
So a huge congratulations to Lindsay and Badr on this exciting news, and we're sure they'll make wonderful, wonderful parents. And if you ever want a babysitter, just hit us up.
Simran and I are now getting accommodation on Blue Waters and front of Kite Beach and the Palm and downtown. So like wherever you are, Lindsay, we're going to be nearby.
Exactly. Wherever you are, we will find you. We'll come live next to you.
We will come. Happy to do the babysitting. No problem. Would you be a good babysitter?
Of course. I'm sure
do you
babysit
babysit for your friends?
I don't have friends who have kids yet. But I so would. And I think I have. Yes, I've babysat my nephews. That was great.
What age were they?
So one is 5 and one is 9. It's
that's a good age.
Yeah,
I'm talking babies.
Like really young, small, tiny babies.
1, 2-year-olds, are you going to take on that responsibility?
We can't really mess around with too much, no. Maybe like 2 years old.
With too much.
Teach them stuff. Like Richie's kid, when I took him out, I taught him so many amazing, enlightening facts and knowledge about life, like how to say boo and how to irritate his dad. And
you taught Richie's kid to say boo. In what capacity? Like boo or hey boo?
Hey boo.
Oh no. So I don't know if the Friends reference of when Rachel took Ross's 8-year-old kid out and taught him all the pranks.
Oh yes. Oh my god.
So you're Rachel.
I'm so Rachel in that sense.
Yeah.
And okay, I'll tell you one more thing. I did with Richie's kids. I was playing I Spy with my little eye. So you're playing that for I think 2-3 hours, a good 2-3 hours. For the duration of our hangout. And he went back home and till 12 a.m. in the night, he's just pestering Richie. I spy with my little eye. I spy. And Richie sends me a video. He's like, you have broken my kid. But
Lindsay Lohan, if this is our CV to look after your children, Simran is not qualified.
Rejected.
I, however, am very responsible.
That's not true.
I'll play the music, I'll read them stories. But let's jump into our next story, guys. We have MS Talks 2.0. Let's discuss facts. Chasing a cure for multiple sclerosis using stem cells. So in this episode, which is a collaboration with Novartis, we aim to get a better understanding of stem cell therapy and how it can be used within a patient's journey. Very insightful. Please stay tuned. This is MS Talks 2.0, Let's Discuss Facts, a series brought to you by Novartis. Multiple sclerosis is an incurable disease, and if you receive a diagnosis, there can be a tendency to seek different approaches, such as stem cell therapy, in search of an elusive cure. In this episode, we're here to talk more about chasing a cure for MS to get a greater understanding of stem cell therapy and how it can be used within a patient's journey. Today we're joined by Dr. Muna Thakri, consultant neurologist and head of neurology at Al Zahra Hospital and board member of Emirates Neurology Society, and Monal Harbi, MS patient advocate, member of the National MS Society and transformational and personal growth coach. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you so much for your time. Doctor, can you please explain to us what exactly is a stem cell and where can it be found on the body?
Okay, so let's start with the very basic. Okay, so stem cells are undifferentiated cells. Okay, these are immature cells and they are mostly in the bone marrow, but they can be found in other parts of the body as well, like the brain, like the adipose tissue, like the cartilage and other parts of the body. So these cells, what they have this ability to differentiate into other cells. Okay, so different specialized cells as per the need of the body.
Can you explain to us what actually is stem cell therapy?
Yes. So stem cell therapy started when, a long time back, about 20 years back. And stem cell therapy, especially with multiple sclerosis, came when these people were trying stem cell therapy for, blood cancers. Okay, and what they found that these patients with blood cancers, when they had autoimmune diseases, when they gave this stem cell therapy, they actually got better regarding their autoimmune diseases. And from then it has started, and we've been having a lot of studies and trials on this stem cell therapy. So what do you actually do with stem cell therapy? So let me just go through the steps. Okay, so what we do is the first step is to find the correct patient who is for the study. And let me start with the disclaimer that this stem cell therapy is not FDA approved yet, because we are still in the process of getting the finer and finer best treatment protocols for this type of therapy. Though in the phase 2 trials, we did find a very good results, okay, but it's not 100% results. So we are still fine tuning it because there have been side effects and there have been mortalities with it as well. So what do you do with stem cell therapy? So what we do is first, the patient has an injection to mobilize the stem cells. And these stem cells are lying in the bone marrow and the other parts of the body. So they are mobilized into the bloodstream. And then the blood is withdrawn. So what you do, you have a pool of blood which is rich in stem cells. And then what they do is they do something called leukapheresis. So they'll remove the white blood cells, okay, and then they'll cryofreeze it. Okay, so they can be used later on. And then what happens to the patient is he receives high dose chemotherapy. Okay, so this is to ablate the bone marrow completely of all the cells. So these cells which are there, which are attacking the brain, these cells are killed completely. Okay, and then what you do is you put these cells which you have removed back into the system. Okay, so they go to the bone marrow and they start producing new fresh cells. Now these new fresh cells don't have the memory of the MS, okay, they are not sensitized lymphocytes, okay, so they are producing brand new cells which are not attacking your brain and spinal cord. So that is, in short, what actually stem cell therapy is.
How could stem cell therapy be applied in the treatment of MS?
So till now we don't have the phase 3 data to have the approval for the therapy. Okay, so now what the phase 2 data did show, and actually we are relying on those because that's how people are getting interested in it, is that it does reduce your number of relapses to a big extent. So they found in the phase 2 data it was about 69% reduction in the relapse rate for the duration of about 5 years. Okay, but what they did also find that there was a lot of mortality with it. But with time, now this has been there since 1990s, and the latest data shows that they have refined the stem cell therapy, because now they are not going full on high ablation, so they are going low ablation. So they're fine tuning the type of chemotherapy they are giving to the patients, so the mortality rate has gone down. So now we'll be having 2 phase 3 studies, which is the STAR MS and the BEAT MS, one in US and one in UK. And what they will do is to compare this with the best available therapy. So we know stem cell therapy works in some people, especially relapsing remitting multiple sclerosis, early on, who have less disability. It does not work with people who have already gone into secondary progressive phase or primary progressive MS. It doesn't work. So if you're advanced in your MS, you're already progressing, stem cell therapy is not for you. So it's only for early patients who have less disability and who are relapsing remitting. So these 2 studies, the phase 3 studies, are going to compare it with the best available therapy, because we still don't know if the hematopoietic stem cell therapy, which is the stem cell therapy which we are talking about, is it as good as or even better than the best available therapy.
when should it be applied in the patient's treatment journey?
Yeah, so as per the research guidelines, so you can only take it in a research study still, because it's not FDA approved. So if you are still relapsing remitting, that means you have attacks and you remit, you do not have a progressive course, okay, you have low EDSS. EDSS is a disability scoring. So if your EDSS is low, that means meaning that you're still able to walk and function, then it's for that, and you failed at least 2 first-line therapies, then only you have the need for a stem cell, and it is, you have to take the risk of the stem cell therapy, because it's a full-blown chemotherapy which you will be going through, and chemotherapy will bring down your immunity to 0. So you will have a very high chance of getting opportunistic infections during the first 100 days. So you have to be very careful when you're choosing this kind of treatment for multiple sclerosis. So you need to fail at least 2 drugs. You're a very aggressive multiple sclerosis. Yes, then stem cell therapy can be thought about.
Mona, why do you think some people are interested in this topic?
I think for us as MS patients, we're out of desperation. We always seek for new solutions, for new treatments. And what Dr. Mona mentioned, it was very interesting. So if I can ask her a question like, is there types of stem cells therapy, and how many types are there?
Oh yes, sure. Because, you'll see a lot of centers grooming around all over the world saying we are doing stem cell therapy, but not all stem cell therapy is actually stem cell therapy. Okay. The types of stem cell therapy and what we are actually researching is hematopoietic stem cell transplantation. That means you take out your blood, you purify it and put it back after you've done the chemotherapy. That is autologous hematopoietic stem cell transplantation. The other types of stem cell transplantations or therapies are mesenchymal stem cell therapy, very promising, but it is still in the very early stages, and that is more for repair, which we are actually looking forward. Anybody wants to have a repair, get better. Okay, so but these are still in the very early stages. Then you have the embryonic stem cell therapy, also very early stages. We are still in phase 1 and phase 2, and then we have the neurogenic stem cell therapy, which can make new nerve cells, which is what we want. And then we have something called induced pluripotent cells. So you take out the fat cells, reverse it into a stem cell, and then use it. So these are all very, very exciting new cells, stem cell therapies which are coming, but very, very early in the stage. But I think the future is bright, and we are still learning and refining our methods of stem cell therapy. Still in the experimental phase, but I'm sure we will be having it soon as a therapy for MS, as a guidelines. For what patients, which patients, we will have very thorough guidelines for that, and the centers doing this will have special protocols which are standardized protocols, but at this moment not every center has a standardized protocols, because remember, these therapies can cause mortality because you suppress the immunity to 0, okay, and the mortality has been there, which was about 10% before. Now it is about less than 2%. So we've refined our methods, but there is still a small chance. So till we are very sure of what we are dealing with, how to do it, how's the standard protocol, it is still a therapy of research at this moment.
Well, that's an important message, but would you have any other message to share to people who are considering stem cell therapy?
I think it's a very promising therapy. Okay, it is still undergoing a fine-tuning, and we still are awaiting the phase 3 data. Once the phase 3 data is there and we have the risk and benefit very clearly laid out, then only I think we should go full on for stem cell therapy. At this moment it is still experimental, but it is still an option on compassionate grounds. If you are not responding to high efficacy medications and you're early on in the disease, then it is still an option under research circumstances.
Very interesting. Thank you so much. And Mona, would you like to add anything, any message for people who are considering stem cell therapy?
I would thank Dr. Mona for this interesting information, actually. And since I'm I'm a patient with MS for a long time, and the type that she mentioned, the relapsing remitted MS, I would tell them to go back to their doctors and neurologists just to avoid the disappointment or symptoms coming back, because everything with MS patients affect their way of life and their way of thinking. So I would definitely send a message to all of them to go back to their neurologist and get all their facts straight.
Interesting. Thank you so much. Two amazing women sharing their expertise on the subject. That was MS Talks 2.0. Let's discuss facts.